Hey team, today we'll try to understand two new functions which will be used in terms of converting a string or a number into date or a time value. So these are the two functions which we'll be checking on this video today. So that is time value and date value. So what does time value does? So basically time value helps in returning the fraction of a 24-hour day uh, that the time represents. So what this actually means, how it comes into picture is, suppose you have this formula time value. Yeah, so this is the formula and we are putting the string parameter. So let's try the same uh, example that is shown right now in the help text. So 20, I'll put a colon, then 20, colon and 00. So let me explain what does it mean. So as you have seen earlier, this 20 represents hours. This 20 represents minutes and this 00 represents seconds. So 20 as such is, since it is represented in 24-hour format. So this 20 is 8 p.m. Yeah. So as soon as I press enter, you'll find it gives me a value, a fraction of the value, which is representing that time. Yeah. The string, that text used in time string should be within the codes. So that's the basic formula that you need to check. Yeah. So it is always in the form of a string. So it is converting a string to a timestamp. Let's check in another formula. So this is one I have. So I am saying time value of 14 hours, 15 minutes and 30 seconds, which is 2 p.m. Yeah. So this is the fraction. Now this fraction usually when I'm cleaning the data or when I'm converting a text into a string, yeah, I would use this formula and then try to convert it to time. Yes. So this is, so I go to this box and here the time is converted. Yeah. So I have inputted string, I have converted it into time value, and then later on, I have formatted it in such a way so that it gives me the exact time. So usually time value gives you a fraction, which can be formatted from the format menu, and you can take the relevant time format that you want for that number. So it will give you the exact time. Yes. Let's try one more formula. So I am saying 11 hour, time value of 11 hour, 59 minutes, 59.5 second, and that is PM. So can anyone tell me what it is? So it is 23 hours. Yeah, it is exactly 0.99994213, which is 11, just 1 minute prior or 1 second, 0.5 second prior to 12 o'clock. So let's see how it shows. So I'm saying time. Here it is. So it is giving me a rounded figure as 12 midnight. Yeah. So it is not taking into account this 59.5, since 59.5 is at almost 12. So it is showing me as 12 at the midnight. Yeah. So basically, just to sum up, time value is used to convert a string. Let me be very specific. It's string into a time format. Yes, pretty clear. So this is mostly used in data cleaning functions. Let's move on to date value. Now, this is one of the important things I do use in conversion of date, because usually when I pull data from various sources, like let it be SQL, let it be any database sources, or getting it from Excel sometimes into Google Sheet. The data gets converted to strings. So this is a very helpful function where it helps me to convert a string. Yes, it helps me to convert a date string into a format which is recognizable as a date. Yes, so it converts a string into a date value as we did for time value. Here, now we'll try for date value. So it will usually give me a number. So let me put the formula first. So you'll be able to understand what I'm saying. So date value. Yes. So date value, I need to put the day properly and the month and the year. So 2024. Yeah. And I press enter. So I'm putting it in double quotes because it is a string. Yes. And I press enter. So it gives me a value. Now this value can be converted to date as I have shown you earlier, going to the format, and I'll convert it to a date. Yeah. So my string is getting converted into value, which can be stored in a formatted. Suppose this particular cell is already formatted in this date format. Now I take another example. So I'll say is equal to date. I'll give my date and I'll also include the time. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I'll say 2/4. I'm including the time as well. You can see hours, minutes, and second. Let's see what it gives. Wherein I have formatted. You have seen I have already formatted this particular cell into a date format. You can see this. Yeah. If I would have not formatted it earlier, so it would have uh, shown me as shown the date as probably. Let me try whether it can take it this way as well, like year, month, and the date. Wait, just hold on. Okay, so it gives me a value of that date. So it automatically converts, it recognizes the year, month, and the date so that it gives you a value. But time value and date value, be very clear that it will provide you values. The output will be in the form of numbers only. So it will be fractions only. Yes. So the yellow ones that I have highlighted, the output would be this. Now to change this output, you can just format them from the format toolbar so that it gives you the exactly viewable things which we are used to see. Yeah, in the form of a date or in the form of a time. Yeah. So these are very important functions in terms of EDAs, which are used in data cleaning. And it helps a lot because date are the most major concerns when you import data to a sheet to analyze them. So the conversions and the cleanings are very important for date value, and rather this entire formulas are very important. But I have mostly used this for cleaning, wherein I get dates and times in a very weird format when I'm trying to move the data from one database to another, and have to be very careful while understanding what is the format used, how whether those are in string, then converting them to date to get the days, months, and year on which I can do my analysis. So I guess this will be helpful to you as well, and I hope these examples are also helpful to you. You need to be very careful in the date value as well, wherein if the number or the cell reference to a cell containing the number is provided is probably a date value, the value error will be returned. Yeah. So you need to be very careful while putting the date value, because if you put any incorrect things, it will automatically give you an error. So you need to be checking randomly the dates which gets imported to your data analysis sheet or the raw sheet before you put in this kind of formulas. Thank you so much.